Hi guys, welcome back to Soura's World. My competition season just ended, so I wanted to share my experience with you.
So your second year has ended. When you make the competition team, how does the season start?
The season starts with you get a box and you pretty much get all of your level and your assigned dances, and so I was assigned 3 dances.
Also, you find out what team you're on, right?
Yes, I was on the preteen team.
Okay, and so what's the next step in the beginning of the season?
Then you have choreography week where you pretty much learn all of your dances.
How long does that normally take to learn your numbers?
Well, the first week is just kind of getting it started, but usually we work on them all the way until about January.
What else happens during that time?
There's also picture day, and we have different themes every year. We take headshots and stuff like that, which can be used for various things.
Do you like picture day?
It's really fun, but it's also long.
Where did you guys have it at?
We had it at a studio, and it was different backgrounds, and it was really cool.
So after, so you have choreography week, and then you have the photo shoot, and then, so that's pretty much for the, up until the end of the year, right? That's what you're focusing on, and your classes. How many classes do you take?
Well, most company members take about 7 classes a week. This season, I took 3 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and then any rehearsals that you would have for a dance would be on Saturday.
And then also January, you had your convention, right?
We had a convention called ASH, and a convention is pretty much where you take classes all day long, and it's a really fun experience. You also can win scholarships too. It's like a closed audition for each level, and so I did get a scholarship this year, and that was really exciting for me because that was my first ever scholarship. There also is competing, but my studio doesn't really compete. We usually just take classes, just kind of about dancing with other dancers, and it's just a really good experience.
And then when is your first competition?
It was in March. I competed with Money Mix, which was my hip hop number, Hometown, which is my contemporary, and then another contemporary production called People's Faces.
The Hometown number was a number from a previous senior team, right?
Yes, it's a number that was done around a few years ago with a senior, but she decided, well, the owner of the studio decided to bring it back and do it with a younger group of dancers. So it was very hard and challenging, but she was very proud of us for rising to the occasion and doing the number. Everyone thought that Hometown was going to be the number that was going to win every competition, but it turned out that my hip-hop number, Money Mix, it won a lot, and it was a really fun dance, and the judges really liked that dance. So my first competition of this season, it did come in first. Hometown came in second place, and production also came in first place.
And speaking of production, that was a very powerful number. It was called People's Faces.
Yes, it was about police brutality and kind of about people that were getting killed and things like that. So it was a really deep number, and it was a very hard dance to learn, but because there was about 60-something people in the whole entire dance, and it took a long time for us to learn, but it did do good at every competition.
Right, it was a beautiful number.
Yes.
Right? You have 3 regional competitions.
Yes, we do have one a month. There was Breakout, and for March, April, it was called Star Power, and then May, it was Imagine.
So for people who are not familiar with like how competition teams work, if one number from the team, your whole entire team, scores high enough, then you qualify for what's called nationals.
Yes. So nationals is pretty much just an even bigger competition. There's dancers not just from your state but from all around. If you get a certain amount of numbers, then you can qualify to go to nationals.
Okay, and your team, of course, qualified, right? Which is an amazing accomplishment. So, and where was nationals this year for your team?
Nationals was in Cape May.
Cape May, and Cape May is very beautiful, right? Beautiful beaches, right by
Yes.
Wildwood. And so this was your second year of going to nationals. How did you feel with this being your second year going?
I felt a lot more confident, and I kind of knew what I was going there for, so.
Right.
And I knew what to expect.
Nationals is all like it's a week long.
Yep, it starts from Sunday all the way to Saturday. My first numbers were on Wednesday evening, and they both did very good. And then there was awards, and we got accepted into the Ultimate Challenge.
And that was a great accomplishment because most of the time you just perform your number once and, you know, that's it. But this year you was able to perform
A couple times.
a couple of times, Hometown and Money Mix.
Yes, I was just a little bit more experienced this year, and now we really saw how much nationals really is, because last year I was new and I only performed about 1 or 2 days, but this year I definitely did do a lot better, and there was a lot more requirements and things like that.
And as you mentioned, because Hometown and Money Mix scored high, you was invited to what they call the Ultimate Challenge. So not all numbers qualified, but the highest scoring in the...
Yes, there was about 38 out of 500 entries. The numbers did really well. Money Mix placed, and Hometown, that didn't place, but it was because we were moved up into a higher age category, and that was a harder category, but Money Mix definitely did place. Friday was People's Faces, and that number also did really good that day. Yes, and that was in its own separate challenge for all productions and Grand Lines.
And then on Saturday, we stayed a little and watched
The all-star numbers, which pretty much means advanced numbers. We watched a lot. Well, we watched some of them, and they were really good.
Ryan. We were saying that I could see you up there one day, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for the season. Now it's some downtime. And what are you going to be working on this summer?
Well, this summer I am going to Texas to do a dance intensive for about a week, and pretty much just kind of working on dance and things like that, and then a little after the dance season starts up again. I also go to the gym with my parents, and that also helps too. Thank you for watching. Please click the like button and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Toodles.